Yo, 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 what's going on, everybody? How you doing? You know who this is, the chosen one, Gabriel Skywalker from the DFS Club. Coming to you guys with the NHL main slate video. No NBA today, so let's go, man. NHL's been easy money this year. If you're new, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, leave me a comment down below. And if you're returning, welcome back. And on your way out, if you can do me a favor, a solid, do me a kindness, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, leave me a comment. You guys have been killing it, man. Thank you so much. Ever since that NHL takedown on Friday, man, this channel's been on fire, and the memberships, the subs, everything's been on fire. So thank you guys so much. And without further ado, let's start the freaking show. So yeah, no NBA today. So if you're a new viewer, I do videos for NBA, NHL, MLB. Starts on Thursday. I can't wait. UFC, NFL, you name it, guys. I do videos for all the content. I do it all by myself. So hit that subscribe button, man. And go check out our merchandise too. I'm rocking my DFS Club shirt. It's great quality, great stuff, man. We're blowing it up right now. A little bit about myself with the NHL. I have 6 NHL takedowns this year. 6. Not 150 lineups. I play 3 lineups a day. I do play the 150 max entry tournaments, and those are my 6 takedowns were in those. Not 3 max entries, 150 max entries. Ooh, excuse me. Little acid reflux there. That's what happens when you go get Jack in the Box at 12 in the morning. So yeah, guys, that's a lot. I mean, we've our members, we had another good night tonight. FanDuel was great. DraftKings was awesome. I cash on average 5.8 days out of 7 so far this season. So NHL's been really, really good. 6 takedowns, man. I've made my DFS money for the year, and that's just from NHL. That's not including NBA, NFL, MLB's coming up. So, and we're in April. So I have an amount that I want to win per season playing DFS, and just from playing NHL, I've already hit it. I've already exceeded it. So, and the season's not over. So let's go, man. I'm really excited. Hopefully, I can share some knowledge to you guys. And before we get into it, guys, let's shout out the DFS Club. If you guys want my lineups, my ownership, my projections, top stacking, go to dfsclub.com, guys. Again, that's where you get all my lineups. You get all that stuff. You got 2 providers on one. You got DFS Space, my brother from another mother, myself, Skywalker DFS. And when it comes to NHL, you got myself, you got Preston, you got Adam. We got some sharks in here, man. Check it out, though. You don't just get that. You get every single sport. You get NBA, NFL, MLB, PGA, NHL, tennis, NASCAR, soccer, esports, UFC, WNBA, college sports, EuroLeague basketball, guys. Click join now. Make sure you click on my logo, Skywalker DFS, so I get credit. If you're watching my video, hit my logo. I really appreciate it. And then pick your plans, guys. We're the cheapest in the industry, and it's not even close. Just in time for the MLB season, too, man. NBA playoffs are coming up. NHL playoffs are coming up, but we still got some NHL regular season. We still got a little bit of NBA regular season. Nothing's different about these plans. The only difference is the price. The more you pay, the more you save. That's it. Other than that, same thing. All access. You guys get prize picks, sports wagering, of course, my lineups, ownership, projections, top stacks. Stop losing, guys. Start winning. Come join the DFS Club. Come join the winning team. We have over 400 plus members, man. And that's not a slogan, man. That's just what I say. Stop losing. Start winning. Come join the DFS Club. My record speaks for itself, guys, especially in NHL, especially in MLB. So come check it out. Join now, click my logo, and then pick your plans. We're the cheapest in the business, guys. All right, so my optimizer draft dashboard is currently updating. So we're going to use FanDuel, and we're going to break it down. So it's a 4-game slate. First up, we got Boston at Columbus. Great spot for Boston here, guys. Columbus defensively is absolutely horrible. They give up goals like my baby's mama gives it up. But that's a whole nother video for that subject. So we'll start off with the first line of Boston. Patrice Bergeron, yeah, he's in play. He's pretty good at hockey. 25, 38, 10, 14. I can go on and on. Double digits plus. One of the best players in the NHL. First line, he's in play. Now, if you're new to NHL, stacking is a thing. Every time I've taken down, it's been from stacking. So, and FanDuel, they actually give you a nice little thing here. It's first line. They tell you what line they're on, which is kind of cool because DraftKings doesn't do that. FanDuel doesn't sponsor me in any way. I'm just using FanDuel as to show you guys a player-by-player breakdown. So don't get it twisted, guys. I've had just as much success on FanDuel as I have on DraftKings, about 50-50. So first line, Patrice Bergeron. Let's go to winger. So he's going to be paired up with Brad Marchand. This first line is definitely going to be in play against this Columbus defense, man. 31 and a 33 in his last two. And then they've been pairing him up with Jake DeBrusk. But you can always go Patrice Bergeron if you want, like a power play stack or something like that. But DeBrusk hasn't been no slouch either. 28, 24, 15, 16 his last three. So I really like this Boston first line. Also the Boston second line. And they're a lot cheaper, right? Eric Holla, 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 holla. It's Walla, but I call him holla, holla, holla back. Second line center, 27, 16, 3, 23, 28, 19 in his last five. The second line, too, has been absolutely phenomenal. And you're going to save a lot of money, too. So he's a second line center. Then you got Taylor Hall, second line winger. You can, when you're stacking, you can do one center, one winger, one defenseman if you want. I preferably do one center, two wingers. That's basically what I think makes or breaks your takedown is getting the right value defenseman. That's what I've seen this year. Taylor Hall's not bad. About 13 to 18 minutes of ice time a game, 11, 15, 18, 34. So not bad for a second line winger. And then of course David Pastrnak. I love this guy, man. He shoots the puck. If he's not scoring goals, man, he's taking shots. Look at 7, 3, 5, 3, 8, 7, 2. Like he just shoots. That's what he does. Half of them don't hit the net, but at least he's making the shots, man. 11, 29, 28, 24, 48 in his last three. So yeah, I do like this first and second line. I very rarely play a third line for any team. It's never worked out for me, guys. It's never worked out for me. And for a defenseman for Boston, Charlie McAvoy's okay. I don't know. It feels like a slate where I'm probably going to pay down at defense, and that's where you make or break your lines, guys. I'm telling you, you got to find these value defenders, and that's how I've taken down so many times this year. But you're going to pay up for him. But 24, 10, 19, 21's been absolutely outstanding. Other than that, I mean, they really don't have any other strong defensemen. Let's go to Columbus. Let's go back to center. Columbus isn't bad offensively. It's just defensively, right, is what we're worried about here. So Jack Roslovic has been on the first line as the center, but, nothing here. 0, 1.6, 3.2. I do like Patrick Laine, though. He's been pretty solid this year. If you want to play him as a one-off, I don't mind it. He's been hit or miss lately, though, but this team is very streaky, man. That's just how they are. Oliver Borkstrand's pretty decent second-line winger. These are nice one-off plays that you can do. Nyquist, he's in play. Like, all these guys have the potential of scoring goals, assists, shots. Jakub Vorak. What's up, Schroeder? Schroeder's down here trying to jump on my lap. He's hit or miss too, but if you notice all these wingers here for Columbus in the center, like the last two games, they have not been scoring at all. So it's a tough matchup for them. Boston is very tough defensively. So I'm totally all right, Schroeder. You can come up here. Ugh. Look who it is, guys. Just to get cat fuzz all over my new shirt. This is Schroeder Skywalker, guys. So if you're new, let me bring up the screen here. He says, yo, what's up, everybody? What's up? Schroeder Skywalker, he has a segment for our MLB videos called Schroeder's Picks, where he picks his 3 home run calls. His 3rd home run call is going to be the guy who gets us 2 home runs. So if you guys want to play this week, the spring training slates, all the studs are playing. So you guys should just check it out. I mean, the studs are in now. So what's up, Schroeder? You got anything to add? I just can't wait for Schroeder's Picks. I can't wait to bring that fire. I'm bringing that fire this year. All right. Well, we're looking forward to it, buddy. You can hang out. It's all good. Let's get back to it. All right. So let's go to Toronto and Tampa Bay. This one should be high scoring, man. Toronto's pretty good defensively. Their goalie has seen better days. But as far as the defense goes, they're pretty good defensively. Tampa Bay has a good goalie. Defensively, here or there. But first, let's go over Toronto. Well, let's go over Tampa first. So Tampa's been outstanding lately. This first line, man, you got Braden Point. You're going to pay up for him, but 20, 28, 24 in his last, 27 in his last 3. Anthony Cirelli on the second line. We're starting at center, by the way. Sorry about that, guys. He hasn't been bad either. 22, 6, 18, 9, kind of a pattern player, but I'm mainly going to try to get to this first line for Tampa because they're just so freaking good, man. Let's go to wingers here. So Nikita Kucherov, unbelievable. 35, 16, 27, 14. First line, stack them up, man. Rack them and stack them. Steven Stamkos, same thing. All first line here, guys. 20, 24, 32, 11, 33. Love Stamkos. He got off to kind of a slow start, but he's really picked it up. For that second line, Alex Killorn, I mean, he's been decent too. 10, 1, 6. So if second line, pair Killorn up with Cirelli, you want to save some salary, maybe you want to do a Boston Tampa stack. I don't mind that at all. And then defensively, they got Victor Hedman, who's been pretty good this year, man. Every time I play Hedman, it works out for me personally. But with defensemen, they do have a scary floor. They're the furthest away from the net, for one thing, but they do have a scary floor. But Hedman's a stud, man. 24, 4, 24, 26 in his last 4. So if you want to pay up for a defenseman, he's one of the best on the slate. Even Mikhail Sergachev's been pretty decent this year. If you want to play that second line, like I said, you don't necessarily have to correlate the defenseman, but he's affordable. 9, 11, 8, 24 in his last 4. That's not too shabby. And then let's go to Toronto. So Austin Matthews, one of the best players in the league, of course. Toronto first line. Yep. Look at this. 21, 30, 26, 24, 23. Nothing under 20 in his last 5 games. Nothing under 20 in his last 5 games. That's freaking amazing. You got Jonathan Taves in the second line. He's been pretty good too. 20, 18, 22, 31. He was on a string there where he was just really shit. Let's be honest. But yeah, this first and second line is definitely in play. You got Kerfoot there. They've been changing him up between the second and the third line, but he's in play, but he just has a scary low floor, depending on if he's on that second or third line. First 2 lines for me for Toronto, because again, I don't play third lines. Let's go to Wiener. So Mitch Marner, first line, and on the power play, 17, 31, 26, 33, 22. So his lowest in his last 5 is 17. So not too shabby. Toronto is going to cost you, though. If you want to do a power play stack, you're going to stack him up with William Nylander. He is questionable, I believe. Yeah, with an illness. He didn't practice with the team yesterday, so just make sure he's in, man. He does have a low floor, but he's on that power play. So, or if you just want to do a second line with Toronto, he's definitely in play. You got Michael Bunting, who's on that first line. He's actually not expensive, but he's not on the power play. So 5-on-5, he's good. 19 last game, 3, 8, 4. But I mean, again, he's not expensive. Other than that, I mean, Mikheyev for that second line's decent. 4.33. He's either boom or bust. Sometimes you get a little in between, but I mean, for his price tag, he's priced just about right. So Toronto's second line doesn't look bad either. Defenseman, Morgan Riley, he's actually not too expensive. 39, 11, 26, 32. He's finally starting to wake up, man. It's been a minute. So I think that's good value for his price tag on both sides for Morgan Riley, who's definitely been picking it up as of late. Mark Giordano came over in the trade. He plays on that third line, but he's a name, right? He's a name in the league. 11, 25, 4. I mean, he's mid-price. Justin Hall, if you get him on the right day, he can get you there. He's one of these value guys that I sometimes like to Target TJ Brody too, second line. You can get lucky with him one night. Very cheap. They have a pretty good depth of cheap defensemen. And then you got Edler here, projected to be on the first line, but he just doesn't play that many minutes. Well, he got 21 minutes last game, but he just doesn't do nothing. He's out there for cardio. So let's go to Arizona at St. Louis. Arizona, let's give them credit, man. They've been pretty good lately. I mean, they haven't been scoring like over 5 goals a game, but they're either shutting teams down or, they've been, that first line right here has been getting it done. You got Nick Schmaltz, first line. His price has gone up 11, 3, 24, 9, 14. I mean, he's decent. A little overpriced, maybe. St. Louis gives up goals too, so I'm sure the St. Louis goalie is going to be popular today. The Boston goalie is going to be popular today. Travis Boyd sometimes makes that first line, but man, he's real hit or miss. Like, look at, for instance, 16 and then 0 and then 15. So he's been playing that first or second line. They've been putting him back and forth. Other than that, man, I mean, there's just no one really to write home about here for Arizona. Let's look at that. Let's look at the wingers here. Clayton Keller's out. That's bad. He's probably their best player. So he's out now. We're stuck with Phil Kessel, Louis Eriksson, Andrew Ladd. I'm just like, oh my God. Mateus here. He might play on that first line. We'll see. But yeah, Arizona's just maybe Husso starts for St. Louis, the goalie, and you get him in there. I mean, Arizona's just down the nitty gritty here. They got nothing to play for. Shane Gottspear, I think he's overpriced though, man. He's a good defender, but just overpriced. He is coming off a 30 burger, but look at his floor: 4, 9, then 18, then a 1, then a 3. He's kind of all over the place. Strelman's always a good punt play too. I think on DK, he's like in that 4K range, maybe 3K range, 14, 1, 17, 4, 4. So I'd probably take a chance more on Strelman than Gottspear. Dustin Mayo, let's see. How's he been doing? Yeah, he's been doing pretty decent. He's a punt play defenseman. Let's go to St. Louis. You're going to like St. Louis a lot better. Especially, yeah, Vince Husso starts at goalie. I do like him tomorrow. So for St. Louis, I've been playing their second line a lot. And it's been paying off. You got Robert Thomas on that second line. He's affordable. 23, 23, 18, 16, 18. You see where I'm going here? So I do like Robert Thomas on that second line. Right, Ryan O'Reilly, whenever I play this guy, I just can't get him right. When I play him, he gets a 6 or this 3, right? But when I don't, we'll get a 25, 11, 17. But he's not expensive either. But I do prefer the second line over this first line. Braden Schen's on that third line. I mean, he's pretty decent too. 19, 16, 13, 11. So far of his last 5 games, double-digit fantasy points. Just St. Louis, man, they spread the love around. Everybody scores. Let's go to winger here. Not to mention Arizona has a horrible goalie, man. Horrible. The more I talk about it, the more I'm talking myself into a St. Louis stack here. Vladimir Tarasenko is expensive for that second line, though, which brings up the overall price of the line. But he's due, man. He had that 40 burger against Vancouver back on March 28th, and then a 6, a 9, and an 11. So he's due for a good game, but he's expensive. And then Pavel Buchnevich on that second line to finish up your second line stack. 14, 35, 1, 14, 34. So he's pretty good. First line, David Perron. I mean, he's all right. A little overpriced for my liking. Brandon Saad's been seeing some power play time. 23, 11, 11, 11. He's mid-price. I'd say low mid-price. Barbashev, just he's a dart throw normally, but he's had 2 games have been pretty good. 26 and a 15. 17 to 16 minutes of ice time, but Barbashev's all right. He's all right. You just look out for that floor, man. He can get you a 0. That's another thing with NHL guys is it's a lot like MLB. You can pay up for these guys, and sometimes they'll get you a 0. It happens, man. And then defenseman, Colton's pretty good. 420, 864. But Justin Falk has been really good lately, man. 32, 11, 16, 8, 6. So out of his last 3 games, all double digits. Love Justin Falk tomorrow to keep it going. And that's about it for St. Louis. So really like St. Louis here at home. I like the goalie. I like that second line. Let's go to the last game of the slate, man. Let's go to Calgary and LA. Calgary has been ice cold. Calgary has been ice cold. They're on the road in LA. LA is not that good defensively. They give up a lot of goals. You want to go back to this Calgary first line? I don't mind it. They got to wake up for me, though, man, because they are not cheap. To stack this first line is very expensive. You're going to start it off with Elias Lindholm, 14-3, and then he had that 0. You see what I'm talking about? You can pay up for Lindholm. He'll get you a 0 or he'll get you a 3. Hell, even a 14 for his price tag, not good. So they need to wake up. The second line, I was playing them a little bit earlier in the season, but haven't really gotten to them. McCall Backland will be on that second line for the center spot. And that's about it. And then wingers, Johnny Gaudreau, he's expensive. First line winger. 17, 18 his last 2. Not too shabby. And then at 8. But he had that 44-33. Like there was a 3-game span here where Calgary was just unstoppable. And they kind of cooled off a little bit. So just be careful. Matthew Tkachuk, back to that first line here. He was in that second line, and they brought him back up to the first. 14, 1, 6, 15. See, then the 3 games here. 22, 28, 44. Calgary first line. Then you got the second line, Tyler Toffoli. If you want to pair him up with Backlund. I mean, coming over from Montreal, he's really not been that good, to be honest with you. But he's in play for that second line. So Blake Coleman's down to the third line now. They put up Andrew Magapane here, who's another one just like, these guys are due though. Are they due today? Maybe. I don't know. Let's look at defensemen. Rasmus Anderson's all right. He's pricey though. 14, 3, 11, 8 in his last 4. But Noah Halfman, I think for the price point, I think you get to him. 28, 10, 9, 20, 12, 8, 23. He's cheaper than Anderson. So give me Noah Halfman here. Chris Tanev, when I was playing this guy, he was like 2.5 on DraftKings. He's gone up a little bit, but, just a punt play. He's not going to totally dud on you, and that's about it. Let's go to LA. LA it's a popular line for LA this season's been their second line. Their first line's starting to wake up, so I like the first and second line here. Kopitar, first line center, 31, 8, 6, 1, 25, 14, 19. He always starts off the season really good, hits that slump after the All-Star break, then towards the end of the season, he starts to pick it up. That hasn't changed. And the LA stacks are not that expensive. You got Philip Denault for that second line. 16, 16, 12 in his last 3. So, yeah, that second line's been magic for me all season, man. And that's it. I don't play the third lines, like I say. Victor Iverson for that second line that I love here. 3, 20, 12, 13. Adrian Kempe has been actually pretty decent on this first line. 30, 11, 11, 10, 21. So double-digit fantasy points in his last 5. Pair him up with Kopitar for that first line. Trevor Moore for that second line for some sour relief twos. It's Trevor freaking Moore. If he gets over double-digit fantasy points, you're happy. He's really cheap. And then Alex Lafalo from that first line. He's been, he's decent too. 8, 26, 6. I'd probably rather play him on that first line. So, I mean, you can mix it up with your lines tomorrow. First, second line for LA, definitely in play. Defenseman, Drew Dougherty's still out. Sean Durzi's been asked to pick it up. He's pretty decent for his price tag. 17, 17, 4, 6, 20, 34. With no Drew Dougherty, man, it's on Sean Durzi. No Matt Waugh either. So, Alexander Edler, I think I saw his DraftKings price was like 2.5. I think he was bare min. That's the case. Like, give me Edler here. 23, 9, 13 in his last 3. Coming over from Vancouver. Love me Edler as a value defenseman. This is what gets you takedowns, guys. You gotta dig down here if you're a defenseman. And I think that's it. So let's do a FanDuel's harder. I'm going to tell you right now, FanDuel is harder when it comes to stacking because how they price their players. It's easier on DraftKings. But let's say you want to do, I don't know, let's do a Boston stack. Let's stack this first line. First, what I do when I do lineup construction, I always start with my goalies, right? Boston goalie looks really good. St. Louis's goalie looks really good. We don't know who's gonna play, right? So let's go to all here. We don't know who's gonna be. This is just an estimated guess. They're like pitchers. We don't know. I'd say Vince Husso looks good if he starts. We'll put him in there at goalie. It's just Arizona, man. Down their best player. I mean, it's a recipe for success. And Vince Husso's at home. Also, a key for goalies for me this season is I don't play goalies on the road. I like to play them at home. They just play way better at home. I don't care who it is. You can pay up for the most expensive goalie, and they'll get you right in the old prison pocket. So back up to Boston. Let's try a Boston first line here. So let's go to center. Let's go to Patrice Bergeron. Let's go to winger here. We'll get Marchand, and then where's he at? Is he way down here, DeBrusque? Yeah. So here you go. And then here's where you want to get. So we're like, shit, we're on average of 5,000, per player left. Well, then you might want to go to you can go to that Toronto second line. You can go to Tampa second line, or you can go to LA second line, right? Let's try this Tampa second line. I'm kind of curious if we can fit him in. Because I know Cirelli's really cheap on DraftKings. Let's get him in there. Winger. We're still down to 5. Okay. Killhorn. 4-8. So yeah, you can fit the second line in. And then Palat to finish out that second line. And that leaves you with 4-9 here to pick out your defenseman, right? So something like that. I mean, a good strategy of mine, again, is to get ownership doesn't mean anything to me when it comes to NHL. That's the only sport for DFS I can say that about. Ownership means absolutely nothing to me because I get different with defensemen. I get different with, sometimes I'll take a risk with goalies. Like I took a risk, for instance, this evening with Seattle's goalie, 3% ownership. He only gave up 1 goal. Beautiful. We did really well tonight. As usual, right? I don't win every day, guys, but I mean, my goodness, 5.8 out of 7 days this season with 6 takedowns. Yeah. Bring your 150 lineups against my 3. May the best man win. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, do a first line stack of a good team like Boston, Tampa Bay, Toronto. I mean, we have a lot of good teams for a 4-game slate. And then for your second stack, do a second line for another good team. And then pick a decent goalie. DraftKings is a lot easier because the pricing is not so harsh, but FanDuel, you kind of got to really get different. So that's going to do it for the video, guys. Again, if you want to join the DFS club, throw it up. Check us out, guys. We're the cheapest in the business, but don't get it twisted. Do not get it twisted. We are the best in the industry, guys. My lineups, check. You get that. You get projections, ownership, top stacks. You get all that stuff. The members only podcast 1 hour before lock, guys. Check it out. DFSclub.com. We do like I said, everything, even prize picks. Prize picks is huge in here. Huge. Also, we have our merch up. Click on merch and check it out. Just in time for the baseball for MLB season. We got Shorter's Picks shirts up here. Come check it out, man. You can design your colors, whatever color you want. DFS Space personally designed all these shirts. I ordered another one for my pops. So if you want some merchandise, come check us out, man. Space worked his ass off on these and he did a good job. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you. God bless you, man. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, leave me a comment down below because days like this where there's no NBA, you're like, man, I want to play NHL, but I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I got you. DFS Club, I got you, right? Man, that was nice. If you'd have played my lineups in that you don't want $10,000 in the biggest tournament. I'll put it to you that way. Imagine that times 6 this season. So thank you guys so much. I love you. I'm going to get up out of here. It is 2:41 in the morning. I'm going to get some sleep. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.